Today, we're diving deep into the world of positive communication in world changer parenting. This is something that can truly transform the way we interact with our children and help them grow into confident and resilient individuals. Building your child's confidence is a journey, and the words we use matter. Every single word we say can have a lasting impact on their self-esteem and how they view themselves. As parents, we sometimes say things that unintentionally chip away at our little one's self-esteem. It's easy to fall into this trap, especially when we're stressed or tired. On our parenting journey, as with other relationships, we're bound to make mistakes along the way. What's important is that we recognize these moments and strive to do better. But the good news is that by becoming aware of these phrases and understanding why they can be hurtful, we can replace them with more encouraging and empowering alternatives. This shift can make a huge difference in our child's development. We can start to see our children respond more positively, feel more secure, and develop a stronger sense of self-worth. It's all about creating a nurturing environment where they feel valued and understood. So if you're ready to transform your communication style and help your child blossom into a confident individual, you're in the right place. This journey is about growth for both you and your child. Stick around as we unpack 10 phrases to avoid and why they can be damaging. We'll also explore what to say instead so you can foster a more positive and supportive environment. These tips are practical and easy to implement, and they can make a world of difference in your daily interactions with your child. By making these small changes, you'll be able to create a loving and supportive environment where your child can truly thrive. It's all about building a foundation of trust and respect. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future parenting video by the World Changer Parenting channel. I'm always here to share more insights and answer your questions on your parenting journey. And if you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Your support means the world to me and allows me to continue creating content that can make a difference. Let's get started. Picture this. You ask your little one to tidy up their toys and they flat out refuse. You've asked nicely, you've given them options, but they're still not budging. Frustration builds and the dreaded phrase slips out, "Because I said so." We've all been there, right? But here's the thing. Resorting to "because I said so" can spark a power struggle and damage our connection with our children. It shuts down communication and leaves them feeling unheard and unimportant. They might obey out of fear, but it doesn't teach them to cooperate willingly or understand the reasons behind our requests. Instead of resorting to this authoritarian phrase, let's strive to create a more respectful and collaborative environment. Remember, we want to raise children who understand why rules are important, not just blindly follow them out of fear.
So let me share alternatives to "because I said so" that can help you maintain a peaceful home while teaching your child valuable life lessons.
Let's be honest, parenting tests our patience sometimes. When something spills, breaks, or goes wrong, it's easy to blurt out, "It's your fault." But blaming our children can be incredibly damaging to their self-esteem and emotional well-being. When we constantly point the finger at them, we instill a sense of shame and guilt. They might start to see themselves as a problem, leading to fear of making mistakes and a reluctance to try new things. Remember, our goal is to raise confident, resilient children who aren't afraid to embrace challenges.
Instead of playing the blame game, let's shift our focus from finding fault to finding solutions. Our children need our guidance and support to learn from their mistakes and develop a growth mindset. Stick around if you want to learn how to move away from blame and create a more supportive environment where mistakes are seen as opportunities for learning and growth.
We've all been there, right? That moment when your child does something that makes your heart sink and your mind race. Your little one does something wrong and you can see the guilt written all over their face. Maybe they snatched a toy from another child in a moment of impatience, or perhaps they accidentally tripped a friend while running around, causing a minor accident. And you're hit with that wave of, oh no, you did not just do that. It's a mix of shock, embarrassment, and a bit of frustration.
It's a natural reaction to want them to apologize right away, to make things right as quickly as possible. You want to smooth things over and teach them right from wrong, to instill those important values of empathy and responsibility. And while that instinct comes from a good place, from a desire to raise kind and considerate children, forcing an apology can actually do more harm than good. It can create a sense of resentment or fear rather than understanding.
Think about it for a moment. Reflect on the times you've been told to apologize. When you tell a child, apologize now, with that stern, commanding tone, it often comes with that or else tone, a sense of impending consequence if they don't comply. You know what I'm talking about. That pressure can be overwhelming for a child. But that kind of pressure doesn't teach them about genuine remorse or understanding why what they did was wrong. It confuses them. Instead, it teaches them to fear the consequences. Fear your reaction more than understanding the impact of their actions on others. We want them to understand the feelings of others, to develop empathy and a true sense of right and wrong.
And you know what happens when children learn to fear consequences? They might start hiding their mistakes. Trying to cover up their actions to avoid punishment. They become less likely to own up to things in the future. We don't want that. We want them to be honest and open. We want our children to grow into responsible, empathetic individuals who understand the power of a sincere apology. We want them to feel loved and supported. So instead of demanding those forced I'm sorries, which can feel insincere and hollow, let's shift our approach and focus on cultivating genuine remorse and understanding. Let's talk to them, explain why their actions were hurtful, and guide them towards a heartfelt apology. By doing this, we help them develop a deeper sense of empathy and responsibility. We teach them that apologies are not just words, but a way to mend relationships and show care for others. And when they do apologize, it will come from a place of genuine understanding and a desire to make things right, not just to avoid getting into trouble. This way, we nurture their emotional growth and help them become compassionate individuals who value honesty and kindness. So next time your child makes a mistake, take a deep breath and remember that teaching them the value of a sincere apology is a journey. It's about guiding them with patience and love. Together, we can help them grow into the best versions of themselves, understanding that apologies are not just about saying sorry, but about making amends and showing empathy. And in the end, that's what we all want for our children, to be kind, empathetic, and responsible individuals who understand the true meaning of a heartfelt apology.
Picture this. Your little one takes a tumble, scrapes their knee, and immediately bursts into tears. Your heart breaks a little, right? And almost instinctively, you want to soothe them, to make the hurt go away.
So we say things like, "You're okay, stop crying," or "It's just a little scratch, you're fine, stop crying." And while these phrases come from a place of love and wanting to comfort them, they can unintentionally send the message that their feelings are not valid.
Think about it from their perspective. They just experienced something upsetting, something that caused them genuine pain or sadness, and we're telling them to brush it off.
Now, I'm not saying you should throw a parade every time your child gets a boo-boo, but it's crucial to acknowledge and validate their emotions. Even if it seems like a minor scrape to us, to them, it's a big deal. They're still learning to navigate their emotions, and minimizing their experiences can make them feel like they shouldn't express themselves openly.
Have you ever been at your wit's end? Your patience stretched thin, and your child is just not cooperating? Maybe they're having a meltdown, refusing to get dressed, or stuck in a loop of no. It's easy to feel frustrated, overwhelmed, and let's be honest, sometimes those words just slip out. You're being impossible.
But here's the thing. Labels like impossible, bad, or difficult can be incredibly damaging to a child's self-esteem. Think about it. When we label a child as impossible, we're not just commenting on their behavior in that moment. We're defining who they are at their core, and that can stick with them.
Children internalize those labels. They start to believe that they are impossible, that they are bad, and that can lead to a negative self-image. They might start acting out more, withdrawing, or giving up easily because they think, why bother? I'm just impossible. We cry when we're happy, sad, frustrated, or even overwhelmed. Our children are no different. They experience a whirlwind of emotions, and sometimes those emotions pour out as tears.
Now imagine telling someone to stop crying when they're hurting. Does it make the pain disappear? Absolutely not. Instead, it sends the message that their feelings are invalid, that they're not allowed to express their emotions freely. And trust me, those unexpressed feelings, they tend to bubble up in other ways, often as anger or withdrawal.
So, what should we do instead of shutting down their tears? We validate them, we acknowledge their feelings, we say things like, I see you're feeling sad right now, I'm here for you. Even a simple, it sounds like you're having a tough day, can make a world of difference. Remember, our children need to know that their emotions are heard, understood, and accepted. Let's create a safe space for them to express themselves openly and honestly, tears and all. This next phrase might seem harmless on the surface, but can actually chip away at a child's self-esteem. It's not so hard, it's easy. Now, we might say this with the best intentions, wanting our kids to feel capable and confident. But here's the thing, what's easy for one person might be a mountain to climb for another.
Imagine a child struggling to tie their shoelaces or solve a math problem. They're putting in the effort, their brow furrowed in concentration, but it's just not clicking yet.
Instead of dismissing the struggles, let's acknowledge them. Let's say, I see you're really working hard on that. It can be tricky to get the hang of it at first. When we validate their efforts, we show them that we see their struggle and we respect their process. Remember, everyone learns and grows at their own pace. Let's celebrate the effort, not just the outcome. All right, beautiful people, let's talk about setting a good example. Because you know what? Our children are like sponges, soaking up everything they see and hear. And sometimes we might unintentionally say things that send the wrong message. Like when they're doing something we don't like, and we blurt out, we don't do that.
Now, while our intentions might be good, this phrase can be confusing for a child. It doesn't actually tell them what to do. It just highlights what they're doing wrong. And let's be honest, none of us want to be defined by our mistakes, right?
So, instead of simply stating, we don't, let's be specific. Let's model the behavior we want to see. For example, if they're drawing on the walls, we can gently guide them towards a more appropriate outlet for their creativity. We can say, sweetheart, I know you love to draw. How about we use this paper instead of the wall? We can even hang it up later so everyone can see your beautiful artwork. When our little one is having a meltdown, maybe throwing toys or yelling, and it can be challenging for some parents to keep the cool too. That phrase, go to your room, pops into your head like a magic solution. But let's be real, world changes. It's not always the best approach. Think about it. Sending a child away when they're upset can feel like punishment, like you're isolating them when they need you most. It doesn't teach them how to regulate their emotions. Instead of banishing them to their room, let's try a different approach, one that focuses on connection and understanding. Instead of go to your room, how about we try something like, hey, I see you're feeling really angry right now. Let's take a little break together to calm down. See the difference? You're acknowledging their feelings, not dismissing them. You're offering support and showing them that you're there for them even when they're struggling.
Okay, parents, let's talk about control. It's a topic that often comes up in family dynamics, and it's something we all grapple with at some point. Whether it's about setting rules, enforcing discipline, or simply managing the day-to-day activities, control can be a tricky thing to navigate. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, I'm the adult here, I make the rules. This mindset can sometimes lead to a power struggle between parents and children, creating tension and conflict in the household. Hey, I'm the adult here, I make the rules. This approach might work in the short term, but it often leads to resistance and rebellion from children. They may follow the rules out of fear or obligation, but it doesn't foster a healthy, respectful relationship. But let's shift our perspective a little. What if we approached parenting with a mindset of collaboration rather than control? What if we saw our children as partners in the family rather than subordinates? Instead of running our homes like dictatorships, why not aim for a more democratic approach? This doesn't mean giving up all authority, but rather sharing it in a way that respects everyone's voice and contributions. Now, I'm not saying to let your kids run wild and make all the decisions. Boundaries and guidelines are still important, but involving them in age-appropriate ways can make a world of difference. It's about finding a balance between guidance and freedom, but involving them in age-appropriate ways can make a world of difference. When children are part of the decision-making process, they feel more invested in the outcomes. They're more likely to follow rules and guidelines that they had a hand in creating. Think about it. When children feel heard and valued, it boosts their self-esteem and confidence. They learn that their opinions matter and that they have a role to play in the family. When they have a say in what happens in their lives, they develop a sense of ownership and responsibility. This can lead to more cooperative behavior and a more harmonious family environment. Even in small ways, it fosters a sense of belonging and responsibility. Children learn that they are an important part of the family unit and that their contributions are valued. It teaches them valuable life skills like communication, problem solving, and compromise. These are skills that will serve them well throughout their lives, in school, in relationships, and eventually in their own families. So, how do we ditch the my way or the highway mentality and create a more collaborative environment at home? It starts with communication, my friends. Open, honest, and respectful communication is the foundation of a healthy family dynamic. It starts with communication, my friends. Instead of dictating rules and decisions, engage in conversations with your children. Ask for their input, listen to their concerns, and work together to find solutions that work for everyone.
Instead of dropping the "this is my home and my decisions" bomb, try something like, "Hey family, I know we've been having some trouble with cleaning up the playroom. What ideas do you have for making it easier and more fun?" See the difference? This approach invites collaboration and shows that you value their input. What ideas do you have for making it easier and more fun? See the difference? You're acknowledging the issue, but you're also inviting your children to participate in finding a solution. This not only makes them feel valued, but also teaches them problem-solving skills. You're acknowledging the issue, but you're also inviting your children to participate in finding a solution. This not only makes them feel valued, but also teaches them problem-solving skills. It's a win-win situation. Maybe you give them choices. Do you want to clean up before dinner or after? Giving children choices within set boundaries helps them feel in control while still adhering to the rules. Do you want to clean up before dinner or after? This simple choice gives them a sense of control and responsibility. It also shows that you trust them to make decisions. Or, how about we put on some music while we tidy up? Making chores fun can turn a mundane task into an enjoyable activity. It also fosters a sense of teamwork and cooperation. Remember, even small decisions can make a big difference in a child's sense of agency. When children feel that they have a say in their lives, they are more likely to take ownership of their actions and responsibilities. When we involve our children in decision-making processes, we empower them. We teach them that their opinions matter and that they have the ability to influence their environment. We show them that their opinions matter, and we foster a sense of respect and understanding within the family. This mutual respect is the cornerstone of a healthy, happy family. So, ditch the power struggle and embrace a more collaborative approach to family life. By working together, we can create a home environment that is supportive, respectful, and nurturing for everyone involved. Remember, parenting is a journey, not a destination. It's about growing and learning together as a family. So let's make the journey a little more enjoyable by embracing collaboration and mutual respect. At the end of the day, it's about creating a home where everyone feels valued, respected, and loved. A home where decisions are made together and everyone has a voice. That's the kind of home we all strive for. So, let's take a step back from the need to control and embrace a more collaborative approach. Let's build a home where everyone feels like they belong and where every decision is made with love and respect. This is my home and my decisions, but it's also our home and our decisions. Together we can create a family dynamic that is supportive, loving, and respectful. And that, my friends, is the true essence of family. So far on the World Changer Parenting channel, we have discussed 10 phrases to retire from your parenting vocabulary if you want to raise confident, resilient, and emotionally intelligent kids. Remember, it's all about creating a home environment where communication, empathy, and respect are paramount. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, share with other parents or teachers, and join my Facebook group for more parenting tips and support. Until next time, keep nurturing those amazing little humans.